Admiral Akbar. I'm doing alright-ish. I'm gonna go to a bunch of question marks at the start here, I think. There's just no path. There's nowhere to get 3 hallway fights. It's either 2 hallway fights and events or 4 hallway fights. I definitely want to get into this campfire, elite campfire. I think if you're taking a bunch of events, if I'm gonna remove 2 cards, they have to be strike, defend. I can't remove 2 strikes. But obtaining 3 random potions is a little bit weird too, because events can give you potions. They're good ones. Angry semantics. How many cards can you get upgraded with campfires alone on average? Oh. Depends. What's my favorite class to play? I like all of the classes. The reason that I keep playing this game is that I like the variety that it has in it. What's the number of rooms per floor? There are 50 rooms to get to the Act 3 bosses. Doesn't divide by 3. 48 does, and there are 2 boss reward rooms or something. Act 3 doesn't have a boss reward room. I guess I take all out attack. I'm fighting Slime Boss. It's not that unreasonable. It's just not a card that I often take, I wouldn't say. Alright, with Warp Tongues, we're definitely resting. Thank you, Trent. Don't I think I only play this game because I am biased toward the Seattle-based devs. The devs are alright. I don't have particular locality-based allegiances, though, I wouldn't say. Yeah, I'm drinking orange cream soda. I was craving some orange cream soda earlier today, so I decided to drink some. This is iffy. I think maybe I was meant to... I was gonna save this for Slime Boss, but now I'm looking at my deck and wondering if maybe I had to drink it at the start of this fight. I'll win this fight, I'll just take a bunch of damage, that's all. Maybe it's alright. Warped Tongues is a lot of scaling at this stage in the game. Oh, fuck flying me. I should just stop taking that card. Just took an entire 8 extra damage. Alright, that was awesome. Let's go Infinite Blades with the Cultist Potion, and I feel like that ensures that we beat Slime Boss. Should maybe look before I click on the one that removes pain. Looking, and clicking on the one that removes pain now. I take orange pellets. I could take orange pellets if I removed pain too. Okay, I should remove pain. Let's do that, and now... Orange pellets with speed potion is a thing. Go like backflip, well-laid plans, dagger throw. There's the Akabeko. Moo! I feel like orange pellets should be more expensive. Do shop relics have different prices? I think they all cost the same range of price. Shop relics are all 150 plus or minus 10. Yeah, so if it's going to be a shop relic, that's how much it's going to cost, I guess. Infinite Blades doesn't play super well with Warped Tongues. Oh well. If I did not have a Cultist Potion right now, I would probably take Fumes over Adrenaline to be able to beat Slime Boss, but with Cultist Potion, I'm pretty sure that I get to take Adrenaline. This is a Fumes Plus. It is a Fumes Plus. Adrenaline's so good. I think Adrenaline's good enough. I think I'm going to not... I think I'm going to give this up for a Poison Potion. Because getting 5 Dexterity isn't actually that great against Slime Boss or Gremlin Knob here. It's great against Lagavulin, but I'm not too worried about Lagavulin. And also the Poison Potion's good against Lagavulin anyway. Thinking in terms of early game and late game cards, a useful heuristic. I'm sure it has more heuristic value than 0. Foolish heuristic. Good fight. Good Poison Potion. That was definitely better than a Speed Potion. Malaise is okay. Is my thinking about max HP from Whale changed? You recall me rating it quite highly in the Ascension 15 days. I don't recall me rating it that highly in the Ascension 15 days. I think it was better when you only had to fight one Act 3 boss at the end though. Blocking with max HP is more feasible when you have one big fight than when you have 4 in a row. Poison stab or not poison stab? Probably poison stab. I am going to choose to believe that I can upgrade here, and then I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die and I'm gonna feel bad. Oh well. Go. Do I want this in my deck? Maybe. Accuracy plus could sometimes deal 5 damage per turn. So this one attacks more often. I'm gonna become weak, but I think next turn I don't take damage, and then I probably kill this the turn after. Which, why are you attacking me again? Very rude. Very rude. Still alright though. Again? So much violence. Well, I didn't get weakened, so ends up being an easy fight, I guess. You always thought accuracy was a must for Shiv decks. I think your problem is maybe that you're thinking Shiv decks are something. This is a deck that has 1 Shiv per turn if I have Infinite Blades in play, and 0 the rest of the time. Unload, Glass Knife, and Phantasmal Killer. Can take a Glass Knife. Yeah, I think we could use another attack that deals damage. Should be able to get away with Fusion Hammer here. We got the Frozen Egg for our powers, and we got the Warp Tongs for our other stuff. I guess we won't have much to do at campfires anymore, but probably we're going to be resting anyway. Hey. I have an orange pellets. Isn't 5 damage every turn worth it? It's like playing an unupgraded Deadly Poison-ish. except that it doesn't interact with Catalyst. So, like, no, not really. This is weird. Smiling Mask already gives me 50 gold card removes, but I think I want to like remove 2 strikes probably. It also means that if I walk into the store and there's like a fumes for 86 gold, I will have to yell into the microphone. Yeah, I think I'd buy the Caltrops. I think it was worth it to take the 75 gold remove in case I wanted to do 2 removes, but when there's a Caltrops, I'm just taking Caltrops. Alan Chen, thanks for the Twitch Prime. Angbo Musho to you as well. I say orange like orange. Nope, I say orange like orange. I should have used this in that fight. How do I say a whinge? I say a whinge like that. God. Last time that people told me that I said words weird, they were like 13-year-old middle school boys, and they wanted me to say 6 over and over again because they thought it sounded like sex, and that was very funny to them. So that's like the company that you're keeping when you're telling me that I say words weird. Just FYI. If you're cool with that being the company you're keeping, go for it. Don't know what to tell you. So I'm not going to be able to remove the Hex this time, it doesn't look like. Oh, all-out attack is AoE damage. Well played. Yeah, bands, how you doing? Oh my, I'm alright. I'm okay. Well, let's blow that guy up and then we can win the rest of the fight from there, I guess. Maybe use both potions here? Blessing of the Forge seems like it would be decent. Yeah. Pretty good here. gonna say it would be decent against Collector, but this is just a pretty good turn for it. Wonder if we beat Collector. Probably need some help still. What does it do? It gives me an extra 6 health if I use it this turn, basically. But then if I draw the Defend or the Survivor, again later in the fight, it's still worth something. Like 9 or 12 health maybe. I'll go for it. Doshe. That's how you pronounce that, right? Don't remember what that means. Oh, it's key at the end? Is it really? It's when you represent the whole of a thing using a part of it. Oh, that's a good one. It's a good word to know. I think the example that I was given in high school literature for that one was representing the judicial system with a judge's robes in a metaphor. Something like that. I'm gonna take either acrobatics or dodge and roll, and I haven't decided yet. I don't have enough to do with acrobatics. Like, I can play all of my cards, but I still don't have enough stuff to beat Collector anyway. Mummified Hand's the same. Like, it helps me get my stuff deployed, but the stuff isn't enough. Okay. That's different. Gunai makes me want the acrobatics all of a sudden. Why do I take Fusion Hammer so often? Do I take Fusion Hammer so often? I think I take Fusion Hammer about the right amount of the time. $16, $25. I take Snecko Eye most of the time, yep. Oh shit, you can just cleanse Bear's debuff. Not. I may have missed that a few times. Master Man, thanks for the 4 months. Agbamushu to you as well. Take accuracy? I might take accuracy at this point. It's still only 1 Shiv per turn, but I need the scaling against Collector. Feels weird, man. Feels very weird. I have to rest twice. think what generally happens is that I prioritize things which happen to make Fusion Hammer good. That's a really good observation, I think, actually. The things that you choose to do can change the value of other things. Like earlier when I was asked what the average number of upgrades you get at campfires is, like that depends. A huge amount. How many cards, like the two main options at campfires are upgrading at resting, right? So like one, how highly do you prioritize going to campfires over other things? Are you taking campfires more often than elites or less often than elites? Do you think events are better than campfires for some reason? If those things are true, you'll get way fewer upgrades from campfires. But also two, how much are you playing the game to be able to upgrade at campfires instead of having to rest? And that's an entire extra thing. If you're playing in a way that takes a ton of damage, you're not going to get very many upgrades from campfires at all, because you're going to have to rest at them all the time. If you take your twin strikes early in the game as Ironclad, though, all of a sudden you're going to beat the hallway fights without taking as much damage, and you get to upgrade at campfires. How many campfires are there? I don't know. I think I should just find out the average number and tell people or make it up. Well, there's exclamation mark data, which has a bunch of data in it. Like, you can look at that. It exists and is already available to you for my runs. Why won't I play the Watcher? I played 2 Watcher runs yesterday. In the last 4 runs, I have played more Watcher runs than any other class. The last 5 runs? Wait, was it the day before yesterday? Oh, whatever. My point is that sometimes I play the Watcher. Let's do this now. I better play these things. Play the accuracy. Play, say data weird. Okay. Oh my fucking god. It's great that it's the weekend, isn't it, Jorbs? Yeah, I love weekends. What are you gonna get up to? Oh, I don't know. I was thinking I'd have strangers on the internet criticize the way that I say words. Just do that for a few hours. Maybe have a taco. Oh, that sounds nice. Yeah, doesn't it? Sounds great. Orange Pellets has won us the fight. Maybe Kunai wasn't even necessary. It's procced more times than I thought it was going to, actually. I think I've done a good job of drawing exactly 3 attacks in a lot of hands. Which is... obviously that has nothing to do with, like, my inputs, really. It's just I shuffled the deck in a fortunate way. I have read the Stormlight Archive series, yeah. You have every turn help? Yeah, for sure. Infinite Blades is like pretty crappy damage scaling, but its interactions with things like Kunai and Shuriken and Thousand Cuts and Afterimage and Finisher and Envenom, all of those things make it a decent card to pick up some of the time. It's the worst of Silence damage related powers usually, but well, okay. I wasn't even counting accuracy when I said that. Yeah, accuracy is worse than it, but Infinite Blades is like the worst of the silent damage powers that are real cards, usually, because accuracy isn't even a real card. But sometimes it's alright. Remember the last time I picked Grand Finale? A couple of weeks ago, maybe? This is not a moment to pick Grand Finale. Although it is a zero-cost attack to proc Kunai with. Failing Wasp, thanks for the 18 months! Longbow Musho to you as well. What makes accuracy so bad? Doesn't deal very much damage. Am I considering Storm of Steel? No. Fuck no. Hell no. Fuck. Ew. Rewatch the fight we just played and look at how many times we have cards left in our hand. I'm wondering whether I take Thousand Cuts or skip right now. That's what I'm thinking about. Black Star or Astrolabe? My relics are quite good. The thing this deck is missing most of all is survivability on turn 1, 2, and 3. We've got the Kunai, which is going to be able to keep pace with most of the longer fights. We have orange pellets to help us survive early, and obviously our starter relic gives us 7 cards on turn 1. I guess the red mask is pretty good for turn 1, which helps against... Well, it helps a little bit against the Act 4 elites. Doesn't do that much against the heart. But it helps against, like, Darklings, too. Just trying to work out, like, what does the deck actually lack? A problem with Astrolabe is that getting rid of 2 strikes actually turns Kunai off a little bit. That's a little bit awkward. I think we get rid of 2 strikes, 1 defend with it. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. Because 2 of our strikes are upgraded and we've got the Warped Tongues. We've got a Skewer plus, a Flechette's plus, and a Bullet Time plus. So basically 2 better strikes and a curse. Alright. How do I evaluate a strong turn 1? Just look at how much we do on turn 1. There's like no... I mean, it's the simplest turn, right? Nothing has happened yet in the fight, so you're just looking at what your cards are, and how many cards do you draw, what do your relics do, stuff like that. Spider Romance, thanks for the 14 months. Longbow Musho to you as well. Generally, it's very easy. It's funny. Generally, it's very easy to work out what your deck does on average on turn 1 compared to how difficult it is to work out what your deck does on average on turn 4. Like, by the time you play turn 4, you may or may not have powers in play. You may or may not have a bunch of different statuses on you. You may or may not have cards which exhaust left in your deck. On turn 1, like, you don't have powers in play, you don't have statuses on you, all of the cards which exhaust are still in your deck. So it's the simplest possible time to work out what your deck does. And despite that, I feel like very consistently something I see people doing is fixating on what their deck does on turn 4 and not thinking at all about what their deck does on turn 1. So like, you have the defect deck with Echo Form and Defrag and Capacitor, and you're like, this deck is fucking incredible because it's got Echo Form and Defrag and Capacitor. None of those cards do anything on turn 1, and then you just like die to Darklings. And it's like actually relatively simple. If you take a moment and look at your deck, you're like, oh, on turn 1, I don't output any attack or block. Oh gee, that fucking sucks. But I don't know. For some reason that's difficult to do. It's not difficult, like so many people find it difficult. It's not like if you find it difficult, you are making a unique mistake which nobody else makes. It's like just about every person who plays this game seems to have more focus and a better idea somehow of what their decks do once all of the cards are in play than they do about what their deck does at the start of fights. I upgrade at campfires an average of 4.7 times per winning Ascension 20 run. Really? That little? Wow. That is lower than I would have expected. I'm not going to question your math though. I'm probably underestimating how often I'm doing things like lifting at campfires, maybe. And I guess recall's another thing that you have to do. Don't necessarily lose an upgrade with recall, you might lose something else, but you lose a campfire to recall, I guess. Am I much more likely to rest in early acts? I don't know. That's a question to direct at somebody writing a statistical analysis of my Spire runs, not a question to direct at me. I'm actually gonna take a quick slash plus. I feel like this deck does not have card draw, and it does have a kunai, so maybe this will be an okay card here. You keep on being able to proc orange pellets and it doesn't do anything. And then I sort of like feel sad a little bit. Leaterus, thanks for the pitch prime. Agbomushu to you as well. Moijano, hello. Hello, hello. Do I ever get tired of the non-stop barrage of questions? When I buy groceries, I don't try to engage the cashiers in small talk. That's how I'm going to phrase my answer to that question. Probably don't need Ancient Potion all that much. Hey, Backflip is, I think, insane here. You know, it's actually been a while since I had a Silent deck where I felt like Backflip was really good. But this time it feels like Backflip's pretty good, so... Cool. Hey there, non-square. If you could use the drop box that we discussed earlier, that would be better. We're about to die. Ooh, turn 1000 cuts against Reptomancer is like a thing. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. This is less of a thing, holy shit. Imagine this fight if I didn't get turn 1000 cuts. Max combo, thanks for the 7 months. Agbomushu to you as well. Oh, it was better to go Strike Skewer. Would have dealt 1 more damage. Was the really good insult from Oxenfree? Something about like being a raccoon or something. I don't remember what it was. It was wonderful though. A badger. No, not Clarissa. Like a friggin' badger. There you go. Did I enjoy Oxenfree? It was fun. I liked it. I don't think I'm gonna play a second time, but I really enjoyed the way that they did dialogue for that game. Felt very, like, flowing, fluid. Fluid's probably the word. What's the ceramic fish? It doesn't do anything. Don't worry about it. Like it actually does nothing. So actually you don't need to worry about it. Light drink. Guess I shouldn't read the rest of that message. Did an incredible job of taking like between 3 and 10 damage on every single turn for that entire fight. Noxious Fumes Plus seems like a pretty good card. Wraith Form Plus. Can I win now? I want Bandage Up. I might need Bandage Up. Well, we click on this. I am a spooky ghost. The worst card right now is... I don't fucking know. Infinite Blades? I have so many bad cards. Accuracy is worse than Infinite Blades, yeah. I don't know if, like... How good is Poison Stab? How good is Bullet Time? Bullet Time's unplayable, right? It doesn't do anything, it's just a curse. I don't think there's been a turn yet in the run where Bullet Time did anything. Maybe this is the turn. Maybe Bullet Time would have been incredible here. Dealt some damage with 1000 cuts. Presumably the other card that I draw instead could also deal damage with 1000 cuts. It's interesting. All out attack just discarded my skill. Do I have a power left? I can't cleanse the debuff because fucking all out attack just discard. Oh my. Maybe I'll just play enough attacks with Kunai that it doesn't matter. Did play enough cards with Kunai that it didn't matter. A little bit unexpected. Alright, easy. Speed potion seems useful. Nightmare Wraith form. Nightmare's okay. Cloak and Dagger's also really good here though. I don't have a well-laid plan, so I can't draw Nightmare and Wraith form together. I don't really have a target for Nightmare, I don't think. Bandage up? Oh my god. You Nightmare bandage up? Oh my god. That's interesting. Hey Kazor! Glad you've been enjoying the YouTubes. Hope you have a good day as well. Obviously Nightmare's like okay, right? It's just Cloak and Dagger is really good and Escape Plan's also really good, so it's not enough for Nightmare to just be okay here. We need it to do something very strong to be worthy of including. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't think Escape Plan's better than Cloak and Dagger. So it's Cloak and Dagger or Nightmare. I think Nightmare on Backflip's actually pretty good. So Nightmare on Backflip's good. Nightmare on like Fumes or Blades could be pretty good. Nightmare on Wraith Form's good. Nightmare on Dodge and Roll can be really good. I think there's probably just barely enough for it to be a Nightmare. Is this real? I'm gonna take 2 damage. Come on. Come on. Can we talk about this? Apparently this is real. Sand also cannot block. Tough game. I want to, like, not build that more quickly, because I want a chance to Nightmare my bandage up, I think. That's awesome. Fucking love it. That actually just happened? Oh my god. Alright, I'm the best. Why does Sword Boomerang only trigger Thorns damage once? It doesn't. Triggers Thorns damage as many times as it hits something with Thorns. You might be thinking about Guardian, who has Bronze Scales, which is not the same as Thorns. Or Sharp Hide. Sharp Hide, maybe. Sharp Hide is a different thing from Thorns. Footwork plus Quick Slash Blade Dance. I am fighting Time Eater, so I think I'm gonna go with Footwork. Blade Dance is like pretty cool with Kunai, but not as cool. You're the best around. Hey, Erasmus. I was actually talking about you, Erasmus. Footwork is also an okay Nightmare target for sure. I might have slightly too many crappy powers in our deck. Sort of getting that vibe here. I think we need 3 more backflips. Acrobatics is a backflip, basically. Other than the part where it isn't a block card either. Yeah. Let's go power. Like that. Play Footwork for HP. What? Is not the relics that we have. Good. A Nightmare on Accuracy, just what I needed. And Nightmare Piercing Wail instead. case of Ray, please no. Please no more. Is it Saturday? Sometimes I can tell what day of the week it is from the... what's the polite way of saying that some of the comments in Twitch chat are very Saturday-like? I don't know if there's a polite way of saying it. Okay, that's unlucky. Sunday somewhere. It always is. It's always Sunday somewhere. Twitch chat tried read joke. Chat hurt itself in its confusion. We'll draw a Wraith form soon, right? I guess not, because I'm dead. That's unfortunate. Needed more backflips. Could I have nightmared a block card when I nightmared Piercing Wail? Don't remember that turn. I've taken less damage against Time Eater. Maybe we can win the run. Didn't need better cards, just better RNG. It's crazy how when you don't have as many bad cards in your deck, you tend to draw better ones. One of the weird things about RNG